So we're talking about, I don't feel like I know what to ask or start and critique, and I'm not therefore maximizing my success. Even with listing the files and stuff. And this is valid because it can be intimidating to go into a critique setting. And any of us who've been an instructor, and most of us have, understand that. So here's what we want to say about that. Most of your judges are either current or past instructors. Sometimes the best questions are not about your show per se, but about rehearsals. You can ask for feedback on how to train for a better skill, or if a member of the panel has any thoughts on how to bring out some expressive qualities. Judges by nature, we want to help. It's our job. We want you to be the best you could possibly be. So feel free to explore what you find challenging from a training standpoint, and we'll use those 3 minutes to work on that. Back with yet another set of answers to what is going to be the critique question. For this, I have reached out to Ron Comfort, who is an exceptional upstairs judge. He actually judges all captions, but he gave me some answers combining some of the questions together. So what you're going to find in this series of Q&A with a judge, in this case multiple judges, we're going to answer some of these questions more than once, but you'll find that the baseline information remains the same. So here we go with this one. What are questions we should be asking in critique? Because this is a broad question, we're going to answer it as such. The primary purpose of critique is to share information and gain insight you might not have had going into the experience. If the instructor, you, have had the opportunity to listen to the audio file, I suggest you pick 2 to 3 points to discuss with each judge. Most critiques, as we know, are limited to roughly 3 minutes time. Be clear with your questions. You can cover a broad range of information or look at specific points in your program. And here's some examples. Example number 1. You mentioned a weakness and core strength several times on our file. Can you help us to understand the impact of this on the vocabulary and the resulting excellence score? Example 2. You pointed out that we had some pacing and continuity concerns in the second half of the show. Could you help us understand that comment a little bit more concisely? Example number 3. In the introduction, you complimented us on the use of density to establish a strong emphasis on the stage. We appreciate the compliment, but the terminology is a little bit unclear to us as a new staff. Can you give us a few additional details on density and emphasis? Questions to ask will evolve as the season progresses. The important thing to remember is that all questions are valid, and I think every single judge will tell you that. The clearer and more concise you ask them, the more productive your critique will be for everyone involved.